specifically is not a meme at all. It's actually a YouTube comment that inspired this entire video. The commenter wrote, "Stop with the 'if the right did this' narrative, please. Everyone knows the deal by now. It's their behavior. Just report it. Stop comparing them to the right. It's annoying." I appreciate the sentiment, and you know what? In an ideal world, you might be right, but I could not disagree more with this comment. We know it. We know the despicable double standard, but the reality is if you speak to people who are more apolitical or people who are just absorbing the algorithm that's fed to them, which is generally left-leaning, people are absolutely unaware of this despicable double standard. They don't know. The media, social media, is fabricated in a way to keep them in the dark. So absolutely not will I stop with the "if the right did this" narrative. In fact, this video today is going to focus solely on that exact narrative, that if the right did this, could you imagine the political fallout? Could you imagine wall-to-wall coverage, week to week, month to month, non-stop, how the media would just be talking about this specific story? But instead, it's revolving around Hunter Biden and the current administration, Geriatric Joe, and so you probably don't even know that it exists, and if you do, well, your friend, your cousin, and other people who vote in elections don't. And that's a serious problem, and that is because of the despicable, horrendous, sinister double standard that we see in the media. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Could you imagine if this was Donald Trump Jr.? But before we get into any of it, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. And with that out of the way, let's roll the tape. Alright guys, so I cannot show you guys the video, but I will read the transcript. But just take a look at this headline. Exclusive. The Russians have videos of me doing crazy things. Hunter Biden is seen in unearthed footage telling an escort that Russian drug dealers stole another one of his laptops. Hunter Biden claims Russians stole another one of his laptops for blackmail while he was close to overdosing in a Las Vegas hotel room. The alleged incident would mean Hunter lost a total of 3 computers, the first abandoned at a Delaware computer store, and the second seized by federal agents, each likely to hold sensitive information on President Joe Biden and the embarrassing pictures, videos, and communications of his son. The third laptop appears to be missing and was taken by Russian drug dealers after they partied with Hunter Biden in Vegas, he told an escort in a conversation caught on camera. After filming himself with a woman using his laptop in January 2019, Hunter left the camera rolling as he recounted a Vegas bender in which he spent 18 days going around from penthouse to penthouse, sometimes costing $10,000 a night. "I spent crazy amounts of money," Hunter said. "I was with these guys. The one guy was not like you. Anyway, each night he'd be like, there's going to be so many people here, crazy party, and each night it's nobody. I went out to the hot tub myself, which hangs over the edge of the top floor with glass. It's ridiculous. And so I'm sitting there, and that's the last I remember. I don't ever pass out, ever. I wake up and the only people that are there are Miguel, the guy frantically running around gathering things up. Okay, and Miguel and Pierce, this guy, his friend, they had kicked everybody out, and they had cleaned up the entire place. Everything okay. And they were getting ready to leave, and I woke up. And then there was this Russian 35-year-old, really nice, pure brunette. She refused to leave and said that they would call an ambulance. They didn't know whether I was dead or not at first. Hunter said it was after that debauched night that he realized his computer was missing. I think he's the one that stole my computer. I think 3 of them, the 3 guys that were like that little group, the dealer and his 2 guys, I took them everywhere, effing everywhere, crazy out of your mind stuff. They have videos of me doing this, he said, referring to being filmed in intimate situations. They have videos of me doing crazy stuff, you know? My computer, I had tons of just left the cam on, and he would always put in the passcode and all that, you know what I mean? It was effing crazy stuff. And somebody stole it during that period of time. He did all this kind of pretend search and stuff. The woman that Hunter was with asked if he was worried that the Russian alleged thieves would try to blackmail him. Hunter replied, yeah, in some way, yeah. My dad is running for president, he told her in a hushed voice. He is. I talk about it all the time. If they do, he knows I make like a gazillion dollars. Crackhead Hunter Biden in hotel rooms, somehow making gazillions of dollars, as he states. I'm worried he gets the money up front and maybe it doesn't do $1 million, maybe it does 3. Maybe nobody wants to see me. Maybe it's news interest because my dad's a public figure. They say we don't have to pay you anything because you're of interest in regular news. I think you should just beat him to the punch, the woman he was with, replied, "I think you should release your own video." And so take a look at that. Hunter Biden admitting on camera, first of all, that he's had multiple laptops stolen from him in the past that he's lost, but the Bidens throughout the general election process claimed that it was just a Russian scam or something like that. Now he's claiming that the Russians have blackmail information on him and his father, that he's potentially been compromised by Kremlin agents or Russian agents, and nobody is even talking about this. I mean, it's crazy when you think about the level of irony. We all remember the P-tapes, of course. Claims that the Russians had video blackmail material on Donald Trump in compromising ways, and that's what added the legitimacy for Democrats to claim that he was a Russian agent. The Steele dossier, the FISA warrant, the Russians have blackmail material on Donald Trump and he's a Russian puppet, completely fabricated. But it turns out that exact scenario seemingly does exist, but it has nothing to do with Donald Trump. In fact, it's all the Bidens, the corrupt Bidens going on ridiculous benders with Russian agents, Russian spies all over Las Vegas getting drugged up, going unconscious, and then having your laptop stolen as your geriatric father is running for president, and everyone's just supposed to pretend as if this is just totally normal, you know? Just a regular quintessential American family with 18-day benders in Las Vegas penthouses with Russian agents collecting blackmail information on you. That is the family currently in the White House. And that's just a fringe article written by the Daily Mail, which is of course a reputable website, from the UK, who's constantly breaking this stuff, while the American media just doesn't care. Not even a little bit. In fact, the only left-wing outlet that even reported it was Newsweek, and they're kind of just making a joke about it. Hunter Biden laptop video sparks tidal wave of jokes and outrage. We're talking about a potential compromised Russian asset linked to the White House, with potential blackmail information that the Russians have on him, and we're talking about the jokes and the outrage? I mean, I get it, I like the jokes. Governor Mike Huckabee says on Twitter, "Don't fret, America, Fang Swalwell and Adam the Schiff will launch hearings. Bob Mueller will be brought back and given $35 million to investigate Russian collusion." But it's once again the horrendous double standard. 35 million taxpayer dollars spent to investigate a total fabricated story. A phony FISA warrant, a phony dossier, phony Don Trump Jr. and Donald Trump, but Eric Swalwell still has his committee positions, is privy to classified intelligence information after he himself was also compromised by a Chinese spy. Adam Schiff is constantly going about the Kremlin's influence in American elections and holding the Russians and Vladimir Putin accountable and Donald Trump this and Vladimir Putin that. His boss, Joe Biden, and his son have been dealing with Russians and Ukrainians and oligarchs across the globe for over a decade now. There aren't any accusations or rumors. There's a literal video clip of Hunter Biden admitting himself that the Russians have blackmail on him and that he has another laptop that was stolen. And I question, where's Adam Schiff on MSNBC saying that the Bidens are compromised by the Russian government, by the Kremlin? It'll never happen because they just don't care. They only care about narratives, innuendo, insinuations, or theories that could potentially harm Republicans. They don't care about justice. They don't care about America. They only care about their own political interests. It's everywhere. It's everything. The Democrats were outraged forever about the migrant camps at the southern border until Joe Biden took office, and now they're expanding and no one cares. They cared about the coup and it was all Donald Trump's fault. Another surge is happening. We also have Laredo, Texas mayor saying that at least 1/3 of migrants are testing positive for the coup. If Donald Trump was president, this would all be his fault. He's not testing people at the southern border, blah, blah, blah. He's directly causing another wave. It's happening under Joe Biden's watch, and you don't hear a single blip about any of it. It's time to wake up your neighbors, folks, which is exactly why I refuse and will always refuse to stop highlighting the "what if the right did this" narrative because of how truly evil and despicable it is and the impact that it has on election cycles. All of this stuff was shoved under a rug throughout the general election process, Twitter, Facebook, big media, to protect Joe Biden and not cover the plethora of scandal that surrounded him, and of course his family and his son Hunter Biden. That double standard, that "if the right did this" narrative, is the greatest threat of election meddling in the 21st century, and it's gotta stop. That's what I got for you guys on this video though. Crackhead Biden at it again. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe.